Hello draft lovers and welcome to Aurora Draught Lessons with Bookman. In today's lesson, we shall be focusing on finding your first set of moves in a random opening ballot. Now the first thing you want to look at is the ballot itself. Now in today's ballot we have A1 moving to A5 and B6 moving to H4. So that is A1 to A5, B6 to H4, and white moves first. So the first thing you want to look at is the ballot itself, that is the pieces that moved and where they moved from and where they moved to. Now where the pieces moved from is called the extension, and where the pieces moved to is called the placement. So these are all concepts that you want to put into your thought process. It helps you to follow the draft better. So let us look at the extension and let us look at the placement. Now white moved from A1 to A5, so A1 here becomes the extension for white, and A5 becomes the placement. Now black moved from B6 to H4, so this B6 square is black's extension, and this A5 square becomes black's placement. Now it is very important to understand this because it will help you to find your best move, and especially the first move, which is critical. Now most times in a random opening, one side has a slight disadvantage and one side has a slight advantage. In this case, white's position has the slight disadvantage, and this is because looking at the extension, we can see the weakness in white's 3-check line right here. He has a weak alt tandem right here because of the hanging piece in the A-check right here at B2 and C3. This creates a weakness. The next thing you want to do is to find or is to observe the nature of the center, or what is otherwise called the Serra zone. Now what is the Serra zone? The Serra zone is the main area between the two armies in which pieces go to battle. So it's like not just the center alone, but it's also the center area between the two armies. So here we have the black army above and we have the white army below, and all of this open space right here would be what is called the Serra zone. Now the understanding the nature of the Serra zone is very important in the battle. So now we shall look at the moves as they progress. Now let's observe and see what Aurora does. Now what you want to do is to understand that when two pieces are located here at the sideboard, you want to form what is called a chopping tree right here, which is what in Jamaica they call the tree in a corner. So Aurora moves, see, we have C, B4 and forms that elbow right here, see? And black moves to the center, F6, E5. Now what this does is that the opponent flanks and blacks go to center and takes advantage. Now this piece in the center at E5 and this corner piece here at A5 creates what is called a double corner cramp, and it's a very important position. Now white strikes at the center, B4, C5, breaking up the striking column of black. D6, B4, and white pulls off A5, C3 and regains what is called traction. Now when white pulls off, instead of going forward here with this, you notice that he has created some more room in the Serra zone, so now he has more space to move in his continuum. So it's also always good to pull off and regain traction. Now let's look at the continuing play and see what Aurora does. Aurora moves E7 to D6 and reforms the striking column in the parasite line or the 7-check line. Now in Jamaica this is also called the long 7. And I think the aim is at the C5 square, which is a powerful center square. Now white moves A3, B4 off the sideboard and creates what is called a defense column along this B line, which is always a good defense line against this parasite line in the 7-check. It's a very good defense to have a 5 versus 7 in a parallel line, and what is called it's a counter formation actually. So see how black strikes E5, F4 at the center, G3, E5, D6, F4, E3, G5, and black pulls off with H4 to F6. And as again, when he pulls off, he gains what is called traction. That's a very good technique in the game of draft. So, my draft lovers and enthusiasts, thanks again for watching. Do hope you enjoyed today's video lesson. From the Creative Studios, this is Bookman signing out, saying peace.